Okay, so this video is about firearms and why in the United States we don't have full capacity. You see this? For too long I've been threat casted by my own government, the military, the Jesuits, all these people. Oopsie. It's empty now, but I'm just saying. So, us Americans need to figure out something, some kind of way to get rid of these tribalism, caste, yes, India. These Indians who have an agenda, who want to take away our freedom. And then the point of a gun is to defend yourself and my neighbors and the ones up there that apparently he beats his wife and the homosexuals next door, assuming they are homosexuals, but I don't really care. It's a free country and the veterans died for that, so... And the police in Yakima are, the police in Yakima are very corrupt, by the way. It's a cartel town, a Catholic cartel town, so very corrupt. Anyways, let's try this again without being obnoxious. Alright. And no, I'm not a mass shooter. They'll do anything to make it seem like I'm something I'm not. I've been threat casted for far too long, so it's just the way it is. When you know about this agenda they're trying to do, tribalism, if you will. There's threat casting, tribalism, divide and conquer. I don't know what else you want to call it. But that's pretty much the basics of it, I guess. I mean, for my investigations and my information gatherings, it's the Indians, I think, that are doing this, and maybe the Pope, the Jesuits. I don't know. They seem to have this ecumenical disagreement between them two. I don't know what time this supposed World War III is supposed to happen. Hopefully later or never in my lifetime, but it's getting out of hand with the Rotary, the international faith movement. There's no freedom really anymore with this technology. And I know there's people online that are smart, and they'll say, well, just read books, Once you read a book, it automatically gets uploaded to the cloud, right? They're trying to create the Akashic records, if you will, and I think it's a bad idea to input information in your brain and then have some cloud computing software swipe it up and then, swirl it around in the cloud like Amazon or something like that. I just think it's too much technology, too much EMF waves all the time. Plus with the food you have that's toxic. Almost everything in the United States is toxic. Chemtrails, cloud seeding, whatever you want to call it, it's all toxic in a way. I would recommend people getting firearms. You can look into Sweden, you can look into the Europeans, I guess according to my information gathering, or Space Force, or whatever it is, the Jesuits, whoever, the climate change, the Paris Climate Accord, maybe it's the Russians. I like Russia, I just don't like the technocracy that's attached to Russia. The light's a little different. The Paris Climate Agreements, right? And don't get me wrong, Iran knew about this too. They've had to have known about this They have to. um, it's to send these Muslims to the United States from the European Union. And yes, Iran knew about it, and more than likely Saudi Arabia knew about it too, because guess what? Saudi Arabia is the biggest exporter of terrorism. No surprise. So these people have, there goes my router. These people have an agenda, and guess what? The women are on top. And like I've made some other videos about it, where the women, I'm guessing Indian, Muslim, Mary, Mother of God, the harlot, the whore of Babylon, pit men against men using technology because they have a vagina. There is such a thing called open mesh technology. And, to pit men against men, and some World War III cataclysmic event happens, and then, Mother Gaia herself, the Virgin Mary, whatever, comes from some spaceship brought to you by NASA, SpaceX, Blue Light Origins. Take your pick, And then, we have this world peace scenario going on. I don't know. I don't know if that's really what's going to happen. That's just my opinion. I just ate a really hot pepper. And then there's a lot of pitting against men online in the form of quantum computing, right? No one in particular. I think it happens to everybody, everywhere, in my opinion. So it's not like a targeted attack or whatever. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But it's really annoying, to be honest. But apart from that, if you do feel suicidal, or maybe you don't feel like you have a worth in the world, don't feel too bad, because it's more than likely the technology doing that. And to elaborate, some of these people have ties to Satanism, right? And they view people as an avatar or spirit, right? That's where the Indians come in. A caste system, if you will. They want that caste system mentality in the United States. I have a little pimple on my head, I guess. I don't know what happened. Anyways, so they want that, and what else? They want that. They want people to kill themselves in order, because they feel like they'll take their power, i.e. the suicide game. I think it comes from communist countries, so it's more of a communist thing, maybe not. So they think that if people will kill themselves, that these Satanist or esoteric people will get their power, and we'll become stronger, we'll have more knowledge or something like that. I honestly think it's all BS, so I'm not too worried about it, but just beware of that. Things were a lot better in, with the 4G technology. I don't know why they don't use their brains, these people my age, but this video will probably be banned by the man, that camera sucks. It'll probably be banned by the Jesuits and the ecumenical movement, right? Because those are the people who are really doing this stuff. So I don't like that shadow. Makes me look evil. Okay, so yeah, just to be clear, I just loaded this gun, but it only goes off when I pull the trigger. So, and if you don't know this, on a Beretta, it disengages the trigger. That's called using your brain, right? So, I think it's best if people looked into the technology and its implications and the agenda attached to it. I saw a video of an old, what do you call that? I used to watch videos a lot on YouTube. Most of them, like PewDiePie, the Golden One, stuff like that. Stuff you'd consider alt-right. I'd watch a lot of Christian documentaries, a lot of stuff I shouldn't be watching. But it's the point being is these people don't seem to know what's going on, right? And I'm trying to let them, how do you say that? Give information out without it being captured and sold to the highest bidder. Cryptocurrency, right? So I think it's really ridiculous that they have that law in the United States too, where the tech companies can sell your data to the highest bidder, and then, obviously I would be considered a cryptocurrency asset, a token that's aware, which is kind of bad, but so yeah, that's one of the things that people have to be aware of. Very important video. I turned up the microphone on this computer, so hopefully it sounds better, or you can hear me better than the other previous video. So I would recommend getting enough exercise as you can, doing a lot of deep breathing, which again coincides with the Indian agenda, where they want this person from India to come down with their deep breathing and their yoga and all this bullshit, and and all this bullshit where they're gods, right? They're gods that have to wear seatbelts in a car, right? They're not gods. They're just people. They're people like you and me. So these world leaders, I don't know why we have them. All they want to do is control people more and more and more. And then pray for the persecuted people, the women in India. There's a huge rape problem in India. No one gives a shit around, the Rotary. I mean, the guy next door wants to sell children or import children from Ukraine, and then tied to some elaborate Democratic benefit program. Yeah, these people are really sick in Yakima, so I don't know. It's not right. It doesn't help anyone. It doesn't solve any problems. There's no solutions involved in that kind of mindset or thinking. It's all about money. It's like the Bible says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. And unfortunately, they figured out how to monetize people. I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know how long I can make a video, but that's about all for now. I'll make a video about guns and self-defense.